Hello everyone, my name is Christina Andersack and I am a consultant for Usborne Books. I would like to thank Diane for taking the time to host this party for us. If you have any questions at all during the party about any of the books that we offer, or if there's a specific title that you're interested in, or a specific genre that you're interested in, just let me know. You can either send me a private message or comment on any of the posts here in the party and I'll be more than happy to assist you. We also have a catalog that comes out 2 times a year. And it comes out in the spring and the fall. So this is our spring catalog right now. And we'll have a fall one coming out somewhere near the end of August, beginning of September. If anybody is interested in getting on a mailing list, just let me know and I can send these catalogs out to you for free as they come in. So just go ahead. If you're interested in that, just leave your contact information either in a private message or just shoot me a message here on one of the posts. So I'm going to kind of explain to you how I got started with Usborne Books. I was looking for homeschool books about 4 years ago when I first started homeschooling my kids, and I stumbled across the encyclopedias that Usborne offers, and I fell in love immediately. And I started doing a little bit more research on the company to see if there are other books and other titles available, and was pleased to find that Usborne has just so many different stories in their line. They have a ton of encyclopedias, nonfiction books, and there's a ton of fiction books as well. They also have a really great line called Kane Miller, and that is also available through our bookstore. And what they say is that the Usborne books nourish the mind, where the Kane Miller stories nourish the heart. So that just kind of gives you an example of, the focus that Usborne has. They really want to inspire literacy by making books interesting, and they want children to be engaged with the stories that they're reading, and that is something that Usborne has been very successful at. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a few different options that we have here, starting from very beginning. If you have a child that is I would say 0 months to 2 or 3 years of age, That's Not My series is a really great series to have on hand. These are great books. They're chunky little, easy to hold board books, and there's a ton of these books in the series. They're touchy-feely, so every page, even the front cover, has a texture that your children can seek out. For instance, on this page, it says, "That's not my dinosaur, its tail is too fuzzy." And when you touch the tail, it sort of has like a velvety, like a rough velvet feel. There's also a little mouse. He's hidden on each page. Some of the pages he's easy to find. Some of them you have to kind of look for him. My kids love hunting and finding the little mouse. There he is up there. And here the dinosaur, you can run your finger across his teeth and you can feel kind of the ridges. And every one of these That's Not My series books has a different texture on every page. So they really are something that kids love doing. They love playing with them. It's not just a book. It's a fun activity that they can do with mom and dad. These are also great to tuck into your diaper bag or into your purse if you're going to the grocery store or to a doctor's appointment. And because they are a hardcover book, they're real easy to wipe down. That way you can, get all the grossies off that, sometimes kids get on here when they're drooling and chewing on them. So we also have our Muddle and Match series. Now, I would say that these books here are good for any age up to probably about 10 or 11. My 10-year-old loves them still. There are 4 books currently in this series, and you can change the story with a flip of a flap. Every page has 3 flaps on it, and when you change the flap, you change the character, how the character looks. So in this one, our character is a little princess, and we can change what she is wearing just by moving the flaps around. And when you move the flaps, it changes the story. So there are a ton of different story combinations that your kids can come up with, and every story combination is sillier than the next, and the outfit, becomes sillier every single time you flip the flap. So these are great activity books. My kids love them. I love them. They're a really great way to spend an afternoon, just sitting down, reading through these with your kids and just laughing and having a good time. And honestly, I love books like this where you can build memories, because that is something that will also help improve literacy. I mean, studies have shown that parents who read with their children build lifelong readers, and that is the goal of all parents, is to have our kids become good readers that that not only like to read but love to read. So that's why I recommend these books so highly. So this is another option, and there's 4 titles in this series. Then we have some of our nonfiction books. These are our board books that are our young beginner readers. This one is called Bugs, and we have a ton of different titles in this one as well. And again, you can see how beautiful the pictures are. These are great beginner readers. They give a lot of information. If your kids are into animals and insects and nature, they will love this line of books. That was, just one of the things that really stuck out to me about Usborne Books was just how beautiful the illustrations are. And while there's a ton of information given in this book, what's great about these too is that they inspire kids to want to learn more. And having these on hand with the encyclopedias is a great way to help your kids have access to the information they need to further the research on the things that they're interested in. So that one is called Bugs. Another one of the board books that we have, beginner readers, is called Night Animals. And I'll just kind of flip through here so you can see how beautiful this one is. The pictures are just so beautiful and realistic. And while this is a beginner reader, like I said, the information that's presented, the content's very rich. A lot of interesting facts your kids will pick up through these books. I myself have learned so much about animals, and I've always considered myself to be someone who knew quite a bit about animals, and I have learned even more from these books. So I talked a little bit about the encyclopedias, or hinted about them a little bit. The encyclopedias, these are the first books that I really stumbled on, and they were what got me hooked on Usborne Books to start with. This one here is our Usborne Science Encyclopedia, and we have encyclopedias in every single subject you can think of. We have encyclopedias in math, we have encyclopedias in language arts and writing. We have a ton of history encyclopedias covering the different eras in history, and then we also have this great geography encyclopedia. So what's great about these encyclopedias is not only, again, do you get these beautiful pictures and the content is comprehensive, but you also have these internet links. Now in this one we have a QR code. Now you can either scan this or you can visit the website here, and then you simply click on the page number that you're looking at, and it will bring up even more information about the topic you're studying. And sometimes the additional information provided is additional reading. It could be quizzes, games. There's so many things that you can view with those quick links. There's a lot of videos that are linked to it so that your kids can see firsthand, for instance, how a volcano explodes. There's a link where they can actually watch an erupting volcano. These books are just so wonderful because your kids start to learn the research process. So they read about the topic here, then they go to the code, and they're able to learn even more. And it just kind of creates this extension of research. And that's something that when kids learn good research skills now at this age, at a young age, when they're older in high school and college, those skills are going to help them out immensely. So these books are great, I would say, for any age. They can help kids who are in elementary school, middle school, and even early, high school. These books are definitely a great tool or resource to have in your home library. Your kids are learning without even realizing that they are. And that's something else I like about Usborne is they make the learning process painless. It's something that's fun for kids. Kids love looking at pictures. They love learning interesting and cool facts. And Usborne, that's what they have focused on. So if you have any questions about the encyclopedias or want to find out if there's a certain subject that we cover, just let me know and I can help you find something. They really are worth their value. We have hardcover and softcover. I have the softcover editions, and they have taken a beating, and they are still holding together very well. That's something else that you'll find. The bindings on these are done in a way that they can really hold up to years and years of wear and tear and still come through in perfect condition. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple more books that we have. Here, this is one of our first encyclopedias. Now, these encyclopedias are meant for slightly younger children. So I'd say ages 4 to like 12. And again, you have beautiful illustrations, lots of information. These are internet linked as well. You just go to the website and then it walks you through where to find the information. And this one is the first encyclopedia of the human body. And this one, I really do recommend adding this one to your library. It's a great way for kids to learn all about how the human body works and prepares them, for science, when they're in school. And again, I've actually learned even more things than I thought I could learn from this book. And then you have those internet sites that you can go to that just expand that research process. So we also have the See Inside Your Body. Now this one is a flip book, and every page you will find there are flips that you can pull up, little flaps you can pull up I should say, and you get an interesting fact, and then you get to see a little bit more in depth. So for instance here we see your veins, the heart. When we pull the flap back, we see the skeletal system, and it gives us a little fact that holding your body together is a framework of bones. There are lots more about the bones on pages 8 through 9. So it kind of sends your kids on a little bit of a scavenger hunt to learn more about, that topic. Here it talks about eating. So we see the eating process, how the food travels down, and they can kind of follow along through the digestive process here on the eating and excreting page. There's definitely some gross facts here. The kids love that. Anytime that, they can learn something gross that they can gross their friends out or family members out with, they love it. Great way for kids to learn even more about the human body. And we have these See Inside books and flat books. We have quite a few titles in these as well. Again, if there's something in particular that you're interested in, just let me know. But you can just see how beautiful these pages are and how much content there is. So that is our See Inside Your Body book. Now we also have some fun sticker books. We have this one that's Build Your Own Superhero sticker book. And you may think sticker books, how is that educational? How is this going to help my child? But in all honesty, these are really great for hand-eye coordination. They have to hunt down the stickers, and then they have to fit them in the right spot, and that does take a little bit of time. And it's also a great way for them to learn how to be patient and to finish a task. And when they're done, they're rewarded with, creating, in this one, they're creating their own superhero. We also have a pirate ship one. We have several dollhouse sticker books that you can put together. Our sticker books are very, very popular, and they're very affordable. These are great gifts or just something to have at home, for rainy days when your kids are kind of bored, they can't go outside, something to keep them occupied. So I highly recommend our sticker books, and we have so many different titles in these. Again, any questions, let me know. Here's another one of our sticker books. This one here is Sticker Dolly Dressing Pop Stars. And again, they can create the different styles. Malin really likes this one.
Yeah, me too.
And Daniel likes that one as well. And then we also have this one. It's our sticker picture atlas of the world. So they have the stickers here of all the landmarks and animals that are indigenous to certain areas, and they have to find where those stickers go on the maps. So it does take quite a bit of time to fill in one of these sticker atlas books. But while they're filling them in, they're learning a ton of information about the countries, and it's a fun way for them to learn that information and get involved in their geography. So this is a great one. And I'm going to show you a couple more here. This one here is our art treasury book. We've actually had this one a part of our homeschool for a very long time. It's one of my favorite books. You can see it's been chewed on a little bit by a puppy. But this one, it presents children with famous pieces of artwork. So this one, it talks about the Starry Night and gives you a little bit of information about Van Gogh. And then it gives you the materials that you would need and step-by-step instructions on how you can create your own Vincent van Gogh type landscape. So this is a great way to not only introduce kids to famous artwork, but also allow them to take that chance to draw it themselves. And there's a ton of different types of artwork in here. This one's my favorite, when you're seeing the skaters near a castle. And it gives you some information about the castles and about Hendrik Averkamp, who's the one who created this picture. And then at the front of the book, there's a materials list. And it shows you everything you need to have in order to complete the paintings that are in this book or the drawings that are in this book. So this is a great one to have. So once you have all of your supplies here on your material list, you can simply just have these on hand. Some of these are just things that you may already have around, around the house, like colored paper, tissue paper, gift wrap, newspaper. I don't know about you, but a lot of these things here, drinking straws, these are things that I normally have. So it's kind of nice to have a materials list that you're not going to have to spend a fortune on. But then once you have all these items gathered in one place, your children can go through and they can create any one of these paintings or art pieces. So this is another book that, if you have kids that are interested in art, or if you are just trying to add something for your kids to do on rainy days, this is definitely another one that I recommend having on hand. So the last two books that I'm going to show you are actually part of our Kane Miller line. This one is called Cats, and this one's called Cordelia. Cordelia is one of my favorite books. It's a bit of a tearjerker, at least for me it was. It's such a sweet story about confidence and self-esteem and how you should, how kids need to worry about fulfilling their own dreams and not allowing negativity to influence their outlook on life. So this is a really cute story. Cordelia actually has a doll now that you can purchase to go with the book, and she's super cute. And I'll just kind of flip through so you can see some of the pages. Again, even the Kane Miller line, you're going to find beautiful artwork in the books. The characters just sort of leap off the page. And what's nice about that is it makes the characters, it makes them realistic, and again, that aspect of helping kids become connected to the characters that they're reading about inspires literacy. So the Kane Miller books really do, as I said before, they say Kane Miller nourishes the heart, and this really does. Cordelia is probably one of my favorite stories of all times, and I highly recommend it to anybody. Another one that Kane Miller has is called Cats. If you have any little ones that love cats, this is a great book to have. Now, Kane Miller has a ton of books in its line as well, so these are just two examples of what you can find. If you have any questions about any of the Kane Miller books you see on the website, let me know. And like all the other Usborne books, if there's something specific or a certain interest that you're looking for, let me know and I can help you find something specific. So this one here just talks about all the cats. Fluffy cat, you're silky to touch. Everyone loves to pet you so much. There's a little bit of a rhyme that goes on. Kids like stories that rhyme. This one talks about a timid cat. Timid cat under the bed. Won't you come out even to be fed? And what's great about this is there's, vocabulary that's being introduced here. You can talk about, what the word timid means. the word sneaky means, and simple, fun stories like this. It's still an opportunity to expand vocabulary while improving literacy. At the very end of this book, it says, cats, cats, little girl, little boy, reading this book. Which cat are you like? Take a look. And then we have here a mirror, and when your child looks in there, they'll see their face in there with the cat, so they can actually become a kitty cat in the back of this book. So, a great, silly book. Again, kids love this one, especially if you have cat lovers. And there's a ton of books that are part of the Kane Miller line. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to listen and take a look at all these great books. I wish I had the opportunity to show you every single book that we offered through Usborne, but because there are so many books, it's just not possible. I encourage you to look at the website. You can also request one of the catalogs, and I can send that out to you free of charge, and that'll give you an opportunity to kind of peruse the catalog and see what else we have through Usborne.